Welcome to the Orchard Hard Drive. Dear Diary, Art again. I say again because I haven't written in a week. And what a week it's been. My ankle's better. Twayblade told me he had to do something in Capital Towers and asked if I wanted to join him as an assistant, which I said yes right away. On the morning we were leaving, I helped pack his bags and mine too. Then I met him up at the top floor of his house. There was his dragon. His dragon's name was Swift, a blue-scaled dragon. Twayblade guided Swift to the platform, and the dragon knew what to do. He got out, stretched his wings, getting the sun, took a big yawn, and laid down. I was able then to put the luggage on his back. Twayblade finished locking up and got into the front seat. There was a second behind, that's where I sat. Swift stood up, stretched his wings, let out a belch of a fireball into the sky that had disappeared as soon as it had appeared, and then started to take off. Twayblade and I, of course, had our seatbelts on. Swift started to run, then with a huge leap, swooped up into the sky. The feeling of flying over a place you've only walked through is one thing, but to do it on the back of a creature you never thought you'd see in real life is another. Swift turned northwards and away from Bilberry. I looked back as it got smaller, then forward as the great landscape of Nullgorth opened up before me. The rolling hills, the farmland, and of course, a few other dragons. Swift soared up higher from here. I could just about make out the sea to the east, but we were heading north. We flew for a few hours until it was starting to get dark. Twayblade said how we'd land in a town to stay for the night. We flew over a lake and arrived at the town of Eas. Swift slowly flapped his wings as we landed until his feet gently met the ground. Twayblade said he called and booked rooms for us at a hotel nearby. Swift was taken to the stables and we made our way to the dining area. The whole area of Eras is full of all kinds of people. It's the centre of Nullgorth, so there's lots of people travelling around to different places, all kinds of creatures and backgrounds, a few armoured figures too. Twayblade's phone buzzed as we were sitting down. It turned out to be Gwyneth. She was calling Twayblade to say she was extremely close. She'd found the location of the gauntlet, but now it was actually getting it. She said she'd contact us again if she made more progress. I could hear the excitement in her voice as she spoke to Twayblade, and a slight worry in his. He told me afterwards that he would often get worried, but he never had anything to worry about. There was yet to be a being that Gwyneth couldn't beat. We set off the next day and tried to get closer to Capital Towers. Once again, it was hours in the sky. Almost nightfall, when, over a hill, lights shining out. Then of course the towers that gave the city its name. Huge, vast towers that almost hit the clouds. Swift turned and began to descend. We flew through the buildings. Looking down you could see cars and buses as well as trains. And looking ahead there were a few dragons around us too. Swift brought us down onto a platform that was sticking out at the side of a building. Inside there were other dragons and lots of magic users. Twayblade didn't have much time. As we got our luggage into our rooms, he was off again. I offered to come with him, but he said I couldn't. He was very stern about this. Then turned and walked quickly out the door. I sat in the room for a moment and looked out the window. It was getting very late, and I was almost tempted to go out. But then I thought about the last time I went off on my own, I was nearly attacked by a griffin. That, and I was frankly exhausted. So I've decided to sit down and write for a bit. Tomorrow I'm going to go exploring this huge ancient city. My view out the window is incredible. But I won't lie, I'm starting to feel a little homesick. It's hitting me now how I'm not sure how I'll get back. But I'm still going to enjoy my time here. But as I've said before, I want the option of going home. I hope we hear from Gwyneth too. And I wonder what all this is that brought Twayblade here. Hope it's nothing dangerous. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some rest. I'll write tomorrow, or I'll try anyway.